Hey everyone, it's Laura from the blog ourearlyhouse.com, and today I'm just going to take you along for a busy day at home. We just got back from vacation and there's a lot of things to do around the house. I need to go grocery shopping. I need to sort through a million eggs that we got from our chickens, take care of the sourdough starters, all kinds of things, lots of cooking and cleaning and planting of gardens and flowers and all that kind of fun stuff. So I thought it would be fun to take the camera around and just kind of take you along as we go through this day. And if you want to see any clips from our vacation and just hear a little bit about it, I will be sharing about that at the end of the video. So hope you guys enjoy this video and let's just get right into it. It's gonna be a busy day. So one of the first things we did when we got home was started sorting some eggs. So we got a bunch of eggs while we were gone. My sister came over and took care of the animals and collected all the eggs for us. So I was going through and just putting them into cartons and pulling out ones that were dirty that needed to be washed. The next thing I did was grind some flour because I wanted to feed my sourdough starter because it had been sitting in the refrigerator all week long while we were on vacation. Sourdough starters are actually very resilient and they can be put away in the refrigerator for a couple months at a time. And I just am now pulling it out. I'm going to feed it with some fresh flour and stir in some water and put this on the counter, and this will be nice and bubbly by tomorrow morning. I'm planning on making crepes most of the week this week just to start using up some of these eggs. After I was done sorting eggs and feeding the starter, it was time to make breakfast. I had some frozen sausage, and so I'm using my Misen chef knife to cut this up. This is actually a new knife that I'm going to tell you guys about, but it's very sharp and it was cutting perfectly through this frozen sausage. So I just cut them into patties like this to fry on the stove in order to make some sausage patties for breakfast. Once the sausage was done, I fried up some eggs in the grease from the sausage, and then I made kind of like little, I don't really even know what to call these. I put sausage down and then a fried egg, topped it with some avocado, some fresh cheese, and a little bit of everything but the bagel seasoning. So this is my new Misen knife, and I've had a lot of you guys talking about my knives in my last videos about how I needed to get new ones because you thought that they were not sharp enough or just for whatever reason. I thought it was kind of funny how many comments I got on that. So I started using this knife about a month ago, and I've had a lot of people commenting asking me about this knife. So this is the Misen chef knife. I like it because it is made out of a high-grade stainless steel, and this helps it to stay sharper longer and make it last a lifetime. Now the Misen knife is 2 to 3 times less expensive than other premium brands, and I actually reached out to the company and they have a discount code for my followers. So if you go to the link in my description box, you can use the promo code ourearlyhouse for 20% off your first order. So again, you can go to the link in my description box and use the code ourearlyhouse for 20% off. So that'll make this knife even cheaper for you. I was a little intimidated at first actually, because when I pulled it out of the box, I'm like, oh wow, this is really sharp and I'm gonna cut myself. But it has a unique handle that makes it easier and for safer chopping. So it has been a really nice knife, and I've been able to use it for pretty much everything everything. You'll see when I'm making lunch today, I'm using it. And a lot of my past videos, I'm using it. It works well for cutting frozen meat like I did. Just cooked meat, vegetables, fruits, pretty much everything. I'm even going to use it later on when I'm making my lunch to cut a butternut squash. And I really liked it for that because you need a really sharp knife to cut a butternut squash because it has a thick peel and it's a larger vegetable, but the Misen knife cut right through it. So anyway, it's just been a must-have knife for my kitchen. And like I said, it's been nice because it's kind of like a one-size-fits-all knife. I can use it for pretty much everything. So you guys have probably seen me using it in past videos, and going forward, I'll probably be using it a lot. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it and offer you that discount code. If you guys are looking to add a new knife into your kitchen, you can check out my link to get that 20% off. All right, so after making breakfast, my daughter and I headed to the grocery store because other than a little bit of frozen meat and eggs, we didn't really have many groceries in the house because we just got home. So we went to get a bunch of just produce and things. Caroline has been begging to plant flowers in our garden, and I wanted to wait until we got home. One reason was because the weather had actually been pretty cold before we left, and so I knew that if we planted stuff, it probably wouldn't make it through the frosty nights. And then also I didn't want to have to worry about it while we were gone. So now that we were home, it was one of the first things we did was headed to the store to get a bunch of flowers. I let her pick out what she wanted because she had some ideas of how she wanted to plant things. When we got home, I put all the groceries out on the table because I'm going to be posting a grocery haul video next week along with some clips of me planting the garden. I know that is some things that people like to see, just the different way that we source our food and the groceries that we get, so keep an eye out for that video coming next week. After we went to the grocery store, I was able to actually make lunch because we had groceries in our house again. So I'm starting off by peeling and dicing up a butternut squash. Once I had the squash all peeled up, I put it into a large bowl and I added some avocado oil, a little bit of honey, and some spices, tossed it in that, and put it in a cast iron skillet to roast it. This makes some really good roasted sweet squash that I'm going to put on top of a salad. Next, I pan-seared some organic chicken breast. I added some spices to these and just cooked them in my cast iron skillet. While the chicken and squash was cooking, I made up a dressing. It's just some honey and mustard, a little bit of lemon, white wine vinegar, and some spices. I diced up some tomatoes and shredded up some cheese to put on the salad. When the chicken was done, I sliced that up as well because I'm going to make a chicken butternut squash salad. After lunchtime, I got the baby down for a nap, and Caroline and I went out to plant some flowers. The previous owners had these cute little flower boxes in front of the windows, so I let her kind of take care of those and just plant them however she wanted. She was super excited about this, and I think they turned out really nice. Next, I just hung a couple of hanging ferns onto the front porch. She had a few leftover flowers, so we had some little planters in another flower bed, so I let her plant the extra flowers in there. I then planted some rosemary and basil. I love having fresh herbs all summer long. They didn't have cilantro where I went, and so I'm gonna have to get some of that when I plant the rest of the garden this week, because I definitely want cilantro as well to make some fresh salsa. While we were on vacation, we definitely had a lot of new things blooming. The whole property just greened up while we were gone. A lot of flowers were blooming. Everything was looking kind of like a jungle when we got home. So we used this day, my husband was mowing and weed eating, and we did some weeding in the gardens, and we just enjoyed all of these new blooms. I even made a little flower arrangement to bring in to put on the coffee table. I'm definitely excited for this time of year to start having fresh flowers in the house all summer long. All right, and as promised, now I'm going to show you some clips from our vacation. We went to St. George Island, Florida, To get there, we had to go over a 4-mile bridge to get to the island. Once we got to the island, we stayed on it all week long. It is a beautiful island that's not extremely crowded. It's not a very touristy place. In fact, most people, when I tell them where we were going, didn't know where that was. The reason why we chose St. George Island is because Nathan's grandparents live in Tallahassee, and this is a beach that's pretty close to there. So we stopped on the way to visit with his grandparents and a couple of his cousins, and then headed to the beach. We spent pretty much the entire week just sitting on the beach, the kids playing in the sand, swimming in the ocean. From our rental house, we were able to walk to the beach and also to the bayside. So it's not a very wide island, and they just had so much fun, and we had perfect weather the entire time we were there. It was sunny and 80s, and it was just a really relaxing vacation. We didn't do any work. I stayed off my phone, and we just enjoyed a nice week of sunshine and family time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I get out a new video every single week. And if you guys are looking for a new knife to add to your kitchen, be sure to check out the Misen Chef knife, and you can get 20% off with the code OurOilyHouse. So I have all that information down in the description box below. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.